welcome back to my channel. First and foremost, I want to express my heartfelt gratitude to each and every one of you who has taken the time to subscribe to my channel. Your support means the world to me, and I'm truly thankful for each subscriber, like, and comment that you give. Your engagement and encouragement inspire me to keep creating content. Thank you all so much. I know, I spilled emotional beans too much. But let's skip to the juicy code you're itching to dive into. As a data scientist, it's common to encounter scenarios where you need to import data from various sources, such as files, databases, and more. In this tutorial, I will guide you through the process of importing data into Python from multiple sources. We will do this by exploring multiple methods to import data efficiently. So we will import data from files like CSV, TSV, and Excel. And we will also import data from databases. It will be relational and non-relational databases. By mastering the art of importing data from diverse sources, you will enhance your data processing capabilities and streamline your workflow in Python. So let's dive into the intricacies of data import to unlock the new possibilities in your data science journey. So you want to know the magical library to manipulate data?
Yes, of course. That's why we're here.
Well, here it is. Pandas. The Pandas package provides several easy-to-use functions for creating, structuring, and importing data. So, let's imagine this scenario. You are a data scientist working for an e-commerce company that sells products online through multiple channels. Its own website, a third-party marketplace like Amazon, and social media platforms like Instagram. The company wants to understand its overall sales performance, customers' demographics, and product popularity across all channels. Have you downloaded the code from GitHub? If not, you need to do so first to follow up this tutorial. By the way, check out my course for GitHub for Data Scientists. In this data folder, you will find 3 files: website sales, marketplace sales, and social media sales. For start, let's import the Pandas library. So we start by importing the file website sales. This file contains sales transaction data exported from the company website. Here's a sample of the data. These are columns separated with a comma. Let's find out how to import a CSV file using Pandas. So, we name this data frame df website sales. Then we use the function pd.readCSV, and we specify the location of our data. Let's run this. To print the first rows of data, we use the head method as follows. Great! Moving on to the marketplace sales data. This file contains sales data downloaded from the marketplace in TSV format. This file is separated using the escape character /tab character. So, to read this file, we use the function read table. Then we specify the location of our file. One thing we need to add is the argument zip, which is for our case /tab. Let's print the header of this data frame. Now, let's import data about social media sales. The file socialmediasales.xlsx contains data about purchases made directly to social media ads. This is an Excel file, and yes, as you can guess, Panda have a dedicated function to read Excel files. So we use the function read Excel, where we specify the location of our file. We can also specify the sheet name as follows. And there you have it. Here's a little quiz to test your knowledge. To answer, leave a comment below. So now, imagine managing tons of customer data stored on PostgreSQL database. But here is the thing. How do you bring that data into Python so you can analyze it, visualize it, and make those critical business decisions? PostgreSQL is an open source high performance database that's perfect for handling large amounts of data. But to make the most out of the data, we need to import it into Python, the language we love for data science. Before we dive into the code, let's make sure we have everything you need. So, we need Python installed, of course, PostgreSQL installed and running, and the PsychoPG2 library is needed to connect Python with PostgreSQL. To install it, we need to use pip3 as follows. And finally, our trusty friend pandas for handling and manipulating the data. Alright, let's jump into the code. So, we start by importing PsychoPG2 and we have pandas already imported. Then we need to establish the connection with our PostgreSQL database. Think of it as a handshake before a conversation. So let's get that handshake going. In this snippet, we're connecting to our e-commerce database. Replace the username with your username and the password with your real password. Now, if we run this, you should see a message saying that the connection was successful. Now that we've got our connection up and running, let's talk about SQL queries. SQL is the language we use to ask questions to our database. What do we want to know today? How about getting a list of customers? So let's see what that looks like using SQL. Select star customers. This simple query fetches everything from the customer's table. Now, let's pull that data into Python. We first define the query. Here comes the exciting part. We're going to use pandas to convert that raw SQL data into a beautiful data frame, your new best friend for data manipulation in Python. So, customer customers is equal to, let's run this. And look at that. Just a few lines of code, and now we have our customer data in a pandas data frame. We can now perform all sorts of data analysis, visualization, or even machine learning directly on this data. How cool is that? So, before we wrap it, it's important to remember, just like any good conversation, you have to know when to say goodbye. Let's close our database connection. And just like that, our connection is closed, nice and clean. Quick tip. If you are working with large data sets, you might want to fetch data in chunks rather than all at once to save memory. You can use this using chunk size parameter in pandas. Another pro tip, use environment variables to store your database credentials for added security. No one likes a security breach. MongoDB is a game changer when it comes to storing large amounts of unstructured data. Whether it's a product catalog, social media profiles, or IoT data, MongoDB handles it like a pro. But how do we get that data out of MongoDB and into Python where you can work your data magic? That's what we're here to learn. Before we dive into the code, let's make sure you have everything you need. So, Python installed and ready to use, MongoDB installed and running. By the way, check out my tutorial about MongoDB, it is fun. And then finally we need the PyMongo library. We will use it to connect Python with MongoDB. Yes, you guessed right. We need to install it first. So, use the pip3 command to install it. Alright, let's get connected to MongoDB. Think of it as this, opening the door to your data. So, let's go. In this snippet, we're connecting to our e-commerce database. Replace e-commerce with the name of your database, and if everything goes well, when you run this code, you'll see a message confirming that the connection was successful. So, with our connection established, it's time to fetch some data. We'll pull in product data from the products collection and load it into a pandas data frame, making it super easy to work with. Let's run this. Again, with just a few lines of code, your MongoDB data is now in pandas data frame, ready for analysis. This makes it incredibly simple to manipulate and visualize your data. How awesome is this? Before we wrap it up, it's important to remember to close the connection to your MongoDB database. This ensures everything shuts down properly and keeps your environment clean. And there you have it, connection closed, everything tidy, and data safely imported into Python. Nice work! A quick tip, if you are dealing with a massive amounts of data, you might want to query only the specific field you need instead of pulling everything at once. This saves time and memory. Also remember to use indexes in MongoDB to speed up your queries. Now that you mastered importing data into Python, The next step is to start data exploration. You are ready to take your data skills to the next level. If you enjoyed this tutorial and want to see more, make sure to hit the subscribe button and hit the bell for notifications. Thanks for watching, folks. If this video helped you, give it a thumbs up and share it with your fellow data. Have any questions or suggestions for future videos? Drop them in the comment below. Until next time, happy coding! Check out these other tutorials and don't forget to follow me on social media for more tips, tricks, and updates. Bye for now.